The first thing I guess we all probably would like to know is, or get an update on all the rumour around about Guy Finkler. What can you tell us about his potential signing with the Phoenix?
Well, without talking about anyone specifically, we're pretty keen to get a signing over the line. It hasn't quite happened yet, and we've learned from the Michael McGlinchey affair and the Alex Jones affair, wait until the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed before we announce it. I'm hoping that we'll be able to announce something later today.
Okay. Is someone like Guy Finkler, hypothetically, does he have the kind of skill set that might be helpful at the Wellington Phoenix?
No comment.
All right, so there's nothing else you can tell us on that?
No, I can't yet.
A couple of injury concerns. Well, first of all, Tom Doyle's definitely out, isn't he? So you've got a quandary at left back. What are you thinking there?
Tom Doyle's out through suspension, and I think Manny Muscat will be a good fill-in then. I don't want to give too much away, but we've still got Louis can play at right back, and Dylan Faulks can play there as well. Otherwise, we've got a pretty strong team, given that although this week Andrew Durante struggled to train, he came off at half-time, he's beginning to look quite good. And Roy Krishna is ripping it up today, and he's just hammered the ball with his left foot just then. He's lying on the ground. So I'll panic a little bit in a few minutes. We'll see how he goes, but I have to say he's looking good. If anything can go wrong this year, it will, but we're beginning to look good for this weekend. Vince Lee is back to full fitness. The training attitude in the camp's been first class, and we want to finish off these last 3 games with 9 points.
Roy Krishna's back on his feet, which is good to see, but is he really an option for this game or the next 2?
Yes, he is. He's an option, probably more on the bench, but we could start him. He's actually been doing a lot of running, and he's fully over his injury, so it's really his fitness. So it's a case of whether we start him during the intensity of the beginning of a game, or we wait till the intensity drops off and bring him on later. But he's certainly got probably half a game in him, and he's looking good.
How do you approach the last 3 games of this season?
Looking forward to building, playing good quality football, aiming towards fighting for a position for next season, and just really want to entertain our fans who deserve not only good football but wins, and finishing off with 2 home matches with wins under our belt.
So if you do get a signing across the line either today or whenever it is, that'll be 17 I think for next year. So are you keen to let the guys who are here who aren't on contract, are you keen for that to all be sewn up before the end of the season, the ones who are coming back?
There's ongoing discussions with a couple of players. I don't think they'll be finalised in the short term, and remember, we've got till October. We're losing Ben Sigmund, who's retiring, and Manny Muscat, who's moving to another club. So our aim now is to see if we can sign a couple of defenders to replace those very experienced players. So we're aiming at 2 strikers. We're hoping to get the second one done soon. We've got Costa. We'll look at 2 defenders, and I'm certainly talking to a couple of players, existing players, and we're well ahead of where we've been in the past 3 seasons.
Are you concerned at all about Roy's workload during the off-season? He's got the OFC Nations Cup for Fiji and then the Olympics. Is that a concern at all to you?
No, it's not, because of the length of the off-season. I actually think it'll be a good thing, and it'll be interesting to see which players are selected for the All Whites and go to camp for a month and then play in PNG, and I think that's really good for as many of our players as possible to play. And given, as I say, the off-season is about 5 months, I think that'll be a good thing for them.
There's word that Andrew Durante is going to be in the All Whites mix. Would you be a fan of that?
I'm very keen on Andrew playing for the All Whites and representing his country, but the decision's his, and it's to do with his family as well, and I'm sure Anthony Hudson's spoken to him. Hopefully that'll work out for all parties.
City are missing Wilkinson and Moy. It's an easier task for you going over there?
They brought in quite a few players during the January window, and I think they've got lots of depth. I think it's still going to be a very tough job for us. I mean, they're pretty well close to the top of the league. They've got a couple of very good goal scorers still, who will still be in the team, Navolo and Fornaroli. So it'll be a tough game, but I think we can match them. There's no doubt about that. I'm just really worried again because Roy Krishna's fallen down again. I don't like it when he falls down.
Sorry. I was going to say, your sequences of win-loss sort of tends to suggest that this weekend's going to be a massive victory.
Well, I think on average, there's a stat out that we've got the lowest average age team who's played all throughout the season. I think we're the lowest age-wise. So we've missed that experience. So then if you evaluate the last 6 games, we've lost 3, but the 3 that we've won, we've beaten pretty tough teams. Sydney away from home, Melbourne City at home, and Wanderers away from home, 5 goals, which is the highest score they've ever been beaten by. So there's no doubt potential there. The downside is consistency, but if we're going to bring in 2 more attacking players, plus get Roy Krishna back, and we've already got Blake Powell, plus a couple of defenders, we're looking to be a pretty strong squad for next year. Consistency is a key, and yes, you're right, win, lose, so we're due for a win.
On City as well, I mean, you beat them 2-1 not too long ago. Do you think you sort of unlocked the secrets to beating them there in that game?
It's really getting all of our players on the park up for a tough competitive match for 94 minutes. That's what I'm talking about, consistency. We do that, we'll match any team in the league. We've beaten all the top teams. We've let ourselves down with the lower teams like Newcastle and Mariners, but we're capable of doing that with our squad as it is. And as I say, we've got Roy Krishna back, Vince Leah is fully fit, Siggy's back, I think Durante will be back, I'm not sure, but I think he'll be back, so we've got a strong squad. Trying to be very upbeat, but
Lovely, Ernie.
very positive about it.